Alrighty.
Emotional maps.
Emotional maps.
Mm-hmm.
Visualizing ideas.
Why is it called live stream 002?
Oh, I'll have to change it.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same day. That's why.
Alright, call it emotional maps. We can do it in chunks.
See, the other one didn't get a name. That's why. Like, where do we put the name?
002 emotional maps. Oh, 003 emotional maps.
I thought 2 was the day.
Okay, so 002 emotional maps. I don't like the dash.
What do you want?
Nothing. Do you want paper? You want anything? Or is this sufficient? I think you're out now. I think you're out of the stream.
Like my nose is. It's. Oh no, I'm out.
Yeah, you're like completely out. So
How much
Yeah.
in are you?
you don't have to look directly at me, because I think you're completely out still. Maybe we need to move it back a little bit, or we need to move back. But then there's this
The
as a
mic, yeah.
problem.
Welcome to the bed. Does that? Oh, this gives me a headache, bro.
No, it's gonna be so dark now.
We'll see.
Why is the lag? Why does it lag? It's not that dark, I guess.
What if we do that one instead?
Okay. Talk to me.
I thought it gave us a piece of pepper, the sticky piece of pepper.
This one.
No, but I'll do.
That'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do.
Seeing is believing.
Okay.
And especially from a guy gamer perspective, emotions isn't really something that you engage with. The things that you do engage with are the emotions in narratives of solo games that people play. And they're usually like anger, revenge, that kind of stuff. And in terms of... Oh, what was it? And the second way is through anime, often.
Okay.
Now, when I said in and out, on the inside, you're almost like a god, or you're a superhero on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And when you invite someone in, they're like a normal person, and you have superpowers.
Okay.
And
By
when
you mean...
into your realm, into your
Okay.
universe.
Okay.
When you're both out, you both have characteristics dependent on your environment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And in anime, the reason I chose to do it, to set it up like this, and you can optimize this,
Okay.
is one of the gripping things I found when I was a teenager was when someone was really angry. Like their eyes would go red, and the environment around them would like start to shudder, and people would like, the environment around the individual who's getting angry would change.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in reality, when you're angry, everything's the same. Just one guy's like this, right? And maybe you start throwing stuff and smashing stuff, and then that's kind of how you want the environment to perceive you when you're angry. And so that's the in-out distinction, and that's the only real ways you interact with emotion. But emotions are, of course, multifaceted.
Mm-hmm.
And when you found that cartwheel of emotion, or that Ferris, I don't know what you call it, where it had certain things on the inside and then on the outside, and then you combined uncertainty and anger and like, do you remember?
No.
Really?
No.
You used it when you were thinking tweets, when you were categorizing tweets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the emotional
Wheel
spin wheel.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. So emotions are very diverse, and they're also multifaceted like spices.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say that each emotion has an opposite, and it would be true enough to be valuable.
Okay.
And that's kind of the idea of what emotional mapping is about. To say that there are a lot of you claims made about people nowadays. When you take a picture, there's positional GPS data on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain lighting.
Mm-hmm.
You can scan, you can crop images and look for towers and churches in the background, and you can do a reverse image search and find out what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of you things happening in terms of where the user is, but not where the user is emotionally.
Okay.
And that's why I just thought use the word map. Because just like you have a map of the physical world, you have a map of the emotional world. And that you will have one map that is kind of dependent on us being humans.
Why are you not writing it on here? It's £2.
I thought you said we wanted to talk to each other.
But showcase it. We're talking to each other, but showcasing it. Otherwise, why are we streaming? Otherwise, we could literally just talk and write here.
Because once it's good, then we write it down. I think it's faster to do it this way.
Okay. Alright. Faster. Sure.
There's a map for a particular culture.
What's happening?
Oh, I've just made it small. I just clicked on minus.
Oh, okay.
There's a map for the individual. Fuck.
£3. £18. You were doing so well.
It's because I wasn't talking. And you could argue that these are both in.
First of all, what is in and out? You can't start with something if you don't want to start with emotional maps right now. Let's start with claims. If it's something that can kind of exist on its own. Let's not introduce stuff without talking about it. I think claims can kind of exist by themselves.
Okay. Then we need to change the title again.
Alright, so end stream and then don't publish it and don't save it.
Okay.